back to another video. So this video is going to be very, very different compared to the other videos that I've done. So obviously, as the title suggests, it's a review video. And that's why I don't have anything on the whiteboard. And I figured we'd critique the movie on the whiteboard. You know? And my nice little marker. It's glowing on the sides and such. And so this should be a good, perfect thing. So obviously the movie we're reviewing is The Fantastic Beasts, third movie that just came out. I recently went to go see it. Yeah, so I recently went to go see it. I didn't really know that it was coming out soon until I went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't know, it just flew under the radar. And the only reason why I'm putting this on the channel, because honestly, my channel is just going to be mostly about things that I enjoy and that I want to talk about and stuff like that, and things I'm probably going to get into and such. But yeah, obviously I've made a couple of Hogwarts Legacy videos, so obviously I like the Harry Potter franchise and everything like that. But with that said, so I've decided how I'm gonna critique this movie though is that I have 6 categories that I'm gonna be posting on here. Then after those 6 categories, we are going to add them up and find the median, yeah, a little bit of math kind of thing. And then that will be the overall of how I'm gonna rate this movie kind of thing. So yeah. Any questions? Anything like that? Any suggestions? Anything? You know, just put it down in the comments and I'll look after the end of this video and just let me know what you think on the whole movie itself. But with that said, let's get started. So wait, should I even? I don't even think I want to do the. No, we're gonna just do this. So I recently looked up the trailer, right? The trailer I might have watched a long time ago, and then I forgot about it. Whenever this may have came out or whatever, like a year before or something like that. Now I wasn't super hyped about it, but I kind of was and kind of wasn't, so I didn't really care. But I'm so glad I didn't watch this trailer coming into the movie, because this trailer specifically was giving off way too much going on. Some of my favorite parts of the movie is just this, everything that they show in the trailer and everything like this. Like that's the beginning scene. I mean, part of the beginning scene or whatever and such. And it gave too much, and I feel like watching this trailer just kind of made you cue in on what was great, what was going to happen in the movie, which trailers aren't supposed to be about whatsoever. And what I believe, how trailers are supposed to get you excited for the movie, not really cue you in when you watch the movie that you're going to be thinking about the trailer. I don't like that. That's a really ugly feeling to be feeling when you're watching the movie kind of thing. So I think they messed up on that, just showing way too much kind of thing and just then showed different parts. Like this right here, this was a really good part, and I'm glad I didn't watch this because it would just kind of ruin it for me, you know, if without watching it. So I'm glad there was parts and elements that I did not see. But yeah, overall, before we get on to the 6 categories, the beginning of the movie, it was great. It was how you would expect a movie to start. It was exciting, things were happening, you'd see new things and everything like that. Then mid, it just it got surprisingly slow and boring, as Fantastic Beast movies normally are. And what would you call it? Yeah, then once magic started rolling in and certain things, things moving on and carrying on further into the story, it just became more interesting, I would have to say. I mean, there's some questionable things in the movie that kind of ruined the overall experience. And so as the beginning started off hot, the mid started to teeter down and have spikes of good and bad things happening that I would like and that I didn't like. And then near the end, started to roll down as a disappointment train kind of thing. And I'm not saying the ending wasn't bad. It was just another movie that sets up for more movies that didn't really gave us so much information and give me like a curtain thing, or it, the final showdown didn't seem super duper impressive. It was kind of short and kind of thing, and I don't know. I was kind of upset about the whole election. How uh, Grindelwald would just like it just didn't feel earned. Like he wanted to be a politician all of a sudden on how he was gonna do things, which was kind of cool and sneaky. Like obviously you got people who support you and stuff like that, so you're gonna switch it up and everything. Hold on, let me switch this. And that was great and all, but like I just wish there was more like more of him being more what's the word? More assertive to the point of just like he's a dark wizard. He's not really supposed to be playing by certain rules, but he probably has his reasons for what he did. But it's just the way that the movie portrayed everything, and it just wasn't that great to me, kind of thing. But I understand he probably had some feelings towards Dumbledore still and stuff like that, and the whole secrets to Dumbledore, which is it. When I talked to some people about it, some people weren't very clear on the message, kind of thing. I mean, but granted, most of these people who didn't understand aren't really huge in the whole scene as it is. But when I was asked that question, I didn't really think about it because it seemed obvious to me. But to other people, it didn't seem super duper obvious because the movie's focus kind of just shifted from place to place. But yeah, there were some attributes of the movie though that I found really great, and I mean the movie wasn't terrible in any kind of way of such. Um, like the very first thing we're gonna have to mention is the because it's Fantastic Beast, obviously, is the Beast in the movies. Well, the Beast in the movies we don't see too many. I want to say we only see like probably we see one that I've never heard of. Then we see uh the Chillum or whatnot, and a few more others. That Manticore looking thing that was with the scorpion tail with the giant thing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Um, that was interesting and all and stuff like that. I mean, the Manticore was cool. It was huge, massive, and the whole running away from it was kind of okay though. But it was whatever. Um, I would have to say I'd give it I'd give it a 6 compared to the other ones because I mean mostly this movie is supposed to be focused on Dumbledore and stuff like that, like the Dumbledore family and everything like that, and obviously finding out who Credence is and stuff like that. And we didn't get a clear anything about that, so that was that was a problem. But yeah, we'll get into that later. But then, obviously, it's a Fantastic Beasts Harry Potter franchise thing. The next thing is magic, and the magic 10 out of 10. I don't know. I just enjoy watching Magic on the big screen, and what they did with Credence Obscuro and stuff like that, and the Magic combat and stuff like that with Dumbledore and uh, even Grindelwald and stuff like that. It was great, and the Fantastic Beasts they've shown magic and stuff like that, like in the Crimes of Grindelwald when he does the whole I can't even remember the spell, but like the spinning fire and everything, like that was just it was awesome. Especially the color of the fire is just great. But yeah, the magic in the movie is just hands down. It's normally always going to be hands down kind of thing, you know. Compared to the Harry Potter movies, obviously the magic in the Fantastic Beasts is going to be a little bit more flashier because we're more fast forward with like graphics and stuff like that and resolution and CGI and whatnot. But yeah, the Secrets of Dumbledore's uh, magic definitely was great to watch, especially on the big screen. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it when I see it on the little screen, but on the big screen, it was a must see. It was a must see. I was not disappointed in that department whatsoever. Um, but yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is the funny component. Oh my goodness, I am just messing this up. So it was, it had some funny moments here and there. It was kind of, some of them were small, some of them I really enjoyed, and one thing that really gets me going is the and man, I'm terrible with the names because I don't really watch the Fantastic Beast movies. Like I gave the Crimes of Grindelwald a watch once in the Fantastic Beast, twice for the other one, and obviously this is my first time for the third one. I can't remember his name, but whatever, the Muggle or whatever. He, I love when he takes a sip of giggle water. That just entertains me. But I mean, like, that's not the main thing. That was part of the whole movie and such like that. There's other parts like with the Niffler and the little twig guy and such. That was really funny when he was just falling down, and it just seemed like they were reaching hands out towards each other, but the Niffler was just reaching out for the coins and such. That really got me. Like, I knew it was coming, but like at the same time, I wasn't expecting it to be happening, and I really wanted to have that cute moment, but it didn't. But it was funny. It got me going, and uh, yeah, especially the people that I was with and such. Me and my girlfriend for sure, we were just dying of laughter at that point. For the movie, I would have to say a 6. I'd give it a 6. I probably laughed a little bit too much for certain things than like most people wouldn't have, but it's whatever. I thought it was kind of funny, and some of the things. I mean, some people would, a lot of people actually would disagree with the 6. Probably like a 3 or maybe even a 4, but I give it a 6 because things that this movie could offer that was funny. It had what I wanted, kind of thing. But I mean, it wasn't outrageously hilarious in any kind of way. But yeah, then the love story of it all. Honestly, it wasn't the greatest. um, no, I can't give it a 4. I can't give it a 4 actually, because I want to say so. Tween Queenie and I don't know why right now his name is just not popping in my mind, but you know the whole attraction with Queenie and him. It's just it was there. The everything about it and stuff like that. Like I've always found I love that they are paired up together and stuff like that. But in this movie, it got a little weird because I didn't feel like we got like some type of thing. I mean, like obviously the main focus isn't entirely going to be them, and I feel like the focus kind of shifted way too much because there's just so much that they needed to put in it. If they would have extended the movie, I wouldn't really care if they did such like things like that. I mean, I feel like the Harry Potter franchises or even the Star Wars franchises, the fans of both of those franchises, I don't think most of them would mind because honestly, when it comes to those franchises, that they all kind of want to explore the world and have more details on certain things. So I mean, like in a movie perspective, I feel like Queenie and his relationship, they could have added some more things, like a little bit, probably like 30-minute like worth of footage of some sorts, or maybe, probably less than that. But I'm just giving an overall subjective time what I think. But I want to give it a 4 because you could feel the love was there. It was strong, but it just as written by a story, it just didn't seem right. It didn't seem worth it in any kind of way, especially when you got to the end and they're getting married. I mean, you figured it was gonna happen, so like I guess that's how the writers kind of. I mean, that's kind of how they chose to do the movie. Is just you know you figured that this is what was gonna be the end result. I just didn't think it was gonna be so soon, and I kind of wish we got to see more of the wedding kind of stuff and magic kind of being done because obviously magic is what kind of draws me in to the most parts, and the beasts because some of the beasts are really cute, which will bring us to our next thing. uh Cute. The movie was had really good, cute moments to it. I want to give it a probably 6. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give this a 6. That's for sure. I, like the Niffler and stuff like that, and uh, Queenie and all that. Oh my goodness! Oh, and the heartfelt thing. Oh shoot! I remembered. I don't. Most people that I was with didn't really feel like this in any kind of type of way, but what was that guy? He came from a long family lineage, and he's related to like the Lestrange family or whatever, and how his sister died and stuff like that. And Queenie was just describing like with every breath he takes, and uh, there's another reminder that she breathes no more. I the way she was describing his feelings was just it, it was sad. It was everything. It was great. I felt that. I mean, it was a short kind of thing, and they could have dived into more of what he was feeling, but Queenie was probably trying to help the guy in it some kind of way of some sorts, knowing that it's like Dumbledore related and everything. But who knows? Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna have to give it a 6 though, because it was things weren't delivered the way that I liked or wanted. Same thing with the whole love thing, and they just kind of did it wrong. And kind of rooting for things, and things were just kind of figured on that kind of matter. But yeah, story wise, I'm gonna fit this with. I think this is gonna be the last one. So story wise, I'd have to give it a 4.5. Um, I just things could have handled a little bit different, a bit better. They could have aimed for more of like I don't know, just a lot of things about the story, like the whole the Grindelwald thing and stuff like that, and just like I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie was going strong in the beginning, but mid started to spike because they were just trying to cover too much, but in a short amount of time, kind of thing, and just try to give us some type of deliverance on earning specific feelings that we should have as audience, but didn't really get us there. Really didn't. It didn't get us to the home run of feeling like oh kind of thing. Uh, except for the cute and funny thing, that's what I really liked. And I mean, there wasn't too much beast, but I still you never go wrong with the Niffler and stuff. Um, but yeah, uh, overall, I'm gonna have to give this. Oh wait, no, yeah, overall, I was just gonna add it up and then just divide whatever I have left. So like whatever is this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 categories at this point. 4 plus 6, 10, 16, 26, 26, 32. 32 plus 4 is 36. Then the 0.5, so 36.5. So, hey Portal, what's 36.5 divided by 6?
Sorry, I don't know right now, but every day.
Let me just write this down so I don't forget. 36. I'll just wait. Wait, how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey Portal, what's 36.5 divided by 6?
5 divided by 6 is about 6.33.
All right, we could just say that it's 6 because I'm not sure if the camera actually picked this up, but Portal just told me that it was 6.01833. So we'll just leave it as an overall 6 for the movie. I was thinking like 5, but you know what? 6 is pretty okay given towards that. Yeah, I think my biggest yeah. Now that I'm breaking it down like this, I think my biggest problem was the love story and the story itself. Just things weren't delivered in the way that I liked, and I think they could have handled things a little bit different on how Grindelwald would have approached things. But I mean, obviously, he probably approached things in a more politician kind of way because I didn't see it in that kind of way that it was going to be like that. But to have like this whole political thing, and honestly, I hate political kind of stuff. I mean, like it's not super political. They had to chill him to decide who the next leader would be. Great and cool and everything, but it just seemed like the plan was like Grindelwald should have had an extra plan. Like if this didn't go right, he just kind of stood there looking stupid in a way, and he's supposed to be this great dark wizard, and I just find it hard to believe that people would just I don't know, like he just stood there looking stupid, and then obviously Dumbledore coming in, like Dumbledore made sense, like how he approached the problem and the situations and stuff like that, and like how to deal with Grindelwald and stuff like that, because he's supposed to be smart and he should have had some type of plan or attempted to do something. Instead, they just gave us a scene that he just escapes, and it was it was upsetting for that point and for that matter and everything like that. So, I mean, obviously they say there's gonna be two more movies, but honestly, who knows? Seeing how everything goes, but I mean, like, I enjoyed the Fantastic Beasts one, and I was just thinking like, oh, it's the first one, so they just get better. But then I also remember things don't really go like that, and most movies kind of do this whole setup kind of thing. And this movie, it was more of a setup kind of thing, just build up kind of movie where they're supposed to be setting up certain things to just like get to like the main point of the stories and stuff like that. Because I believe what I looked up online was that Grindelwald and Dumbledore don't have their final battle until like 15 years later. So like these next two movies that they're supposed to be doing, they do have a lot to do, and especially with only doing the amount of movies that they're doing. So I guess it understands why couldn't figure out how to fit certain things in, and that's where I feel like their weak points are. Is just that not enough movies to kind of fill in everything and such. So it was disappointing to say the least. But I mean, like, if it wasn't for how funny the movie was to me specifically, and I love magic stuff, so I'm always curious about that and what they're gonna show more about the Harry Potter universe's franchise and everything like that, and especially the Beast and how cute it was with the other creatures and stuff like that, and just like other moments with other characters and everything. But yeah, apparently, due to my system, I'm giving this a 6. Overall 6. No better. Yeah, a low 5 and 6 at most. Between 5 and 6. That's how I feel. I feel 5, but my system's kind of telling me 6. But it's probably a 5, but I'll give it a 6 because I did do it this way. There were certain aspects of it that I liked, but yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the movie and everything like that, and how you guys come down to the conclusion. I'd actually would love to hear or see comments just describing their overall score and everything, and I'm kind of curious if you guys use my system to just do the story, the cuteness, the beast, and the magic, and the funny, and the love aspects of the movie and stuff like that, and just rate the different parts, and then just show your ratings for each part, and then give me the overall, or don't give me the overall, as long as you give me the categories, and then I'll just do the math at that point. But if you want to make up your own system that's similar to this, and then just give an overall rating like that, it's actually pretty interesting, because now that I went through it like this, I see it differently on how I'd rate the movie, and I kind of understand a lot more where I'm coming from when I give it a 5 or a 6, because I'm definitely there. Because honestly, the funny I'm back and forth between 4 and a 6, and the Beast. You know, there wasn't really any new Beasts that showed up. I mean, the Chillin was really cool though. I'd have to give him that. That was really cool. But the Manticore was all right. We don't really get to see it. We just see, you know. And then when Newt and his brother are going like this, that was awesome. I'm glad I didn't see the trailer for that. That would have just ruined that for me. But yeah, I thought that was adorable in all kinds of ways. That was a really cute moment. Um, but yeah, I think if anything, um, probably the funny would be changed to a 4. I mean, if I change it to a 4, let's see. 36.5, so I just changed minus this by 2. 34.5. Hey, Portal, what's 34.5 divided by 6?
5 divided by 6 is 5.5.
Yeah, so it's a 5.75, Portal said. So, yeah, between 5 and a 6, I would give this movie. Makes a lot of sense for me. But yeah, just tell me what makes sense to you, and if you want, just tell me how you even got there and such. But yeah, the movie I'll probably watch one more time just to get some stuff. I mean, I still have to watch the other ones over again, just to see if I could pick up on some type of details. But I probably won't make another video about this until, you know, the next movie comes out or something like that, or we get news that we're not even getting any of these more movies, because I think there's rumors that we're not getting more or something like that. But I don't know. Um, it should be whatever, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.